Mayor, would you like to proceed?
Yes, please.
Good evening. This is the meeting of the Borough of Highlands Mayor and Council regular meeting on Wednesday, March 20th, 2024. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Asbury Park Press and the Two River Times and by posting at the Borough of Highlands Municipal Building and filing with the Borough Clerk all on January 1st, 2024. Items listed on the agenda are subject to change. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will now do roll call. Councilmember Cervantes.
Here.
Councilmember Chalek.
Here.
Councilmember Melnick. Council President Shevsky. Here. Mayor Bruin.
Here.
First, we have the approval of minutes, March 6, 2024 meeting minutes.
I'll second.
Councilmember Cervantes.
Yes.
Councilmember Chalek.
Yes.
Council President Shevsky.
Yes.
Mayor Bruin.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve March 6, 2024 meeting minutes. Next, we have March 6, 2024 executive session minutes.
I'll offer.
I'll second.
Councilmember Cervantes.
Yes.
Councilmember Chalek.
Yes.
Council President Shevsky.
Yes.
Mayor Bruin.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve March 6, 2024 executive session minutes. Next, we have public hearing on proposed ordinance O2403, amending Chapter 21, zoning and land use regulations, Part 7, flood damage prevention, Article 24, flood damage prevention, Section 21-112, permits.
Does anyone, before I open this to public, does anyone have any comment on this ordinance? This was, if you recall, changing some of the fees. Right. For reviewing floodplain. Yeah. No questions? I'll open it to the public. Are there any questions? Seeing no questions, I will close it, public portion, and I will offer this ordinance. I'll second.
Councilmember Cervantes.
Yes.
Councilmember Chalek.
Yes.
Council President Shevsky.
Yes.
Mayor Bruin.
Yes.
Motion carries. O2403 passed on second and final reading. Next, we have introduction of proposed ordinance O2404, amending Chapter 22, Environmental Protection, Sections 22-1.2, Purpose, 22-1.3, Definitions and word usage, adding new Section 22-1.8, Tree Replacement Requirements, and Appendix A, Borough of Highlands suggested trees and shrubs, and renumbering the remaining sections.
This ordinance is both coming from DEP guidance and also to make sure the clear cutting of the hill never happens again.
Right, I wish Joe was here.
Yes, I wish he was.
I
I think he probably read it and said you could stay home. So I will offer that.
I will second it.
That was Councilmember Chalek seconding.
Yes.
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 Councilmember Cervantes.
Yes.
Councilmember Chalek.
Yes.
Council President Shevsky.
I just have one question.
Sure.
Why would they, and this is just throwing it out because I'm reading and trying to figure out, instead of measuring the circumference of the tree, why the diameter, which is only half the circumference? And how do you get the diameter? Do the circumference and then divide it in half? Just a thought. Just a thought. Why would you measure trees by diameter?
It's like a chest height, it's insured.
Yeah.
Basically, it's,
But just I understand that,
Yeah.
piece, but why not measure the whole circumference instead of the diameter? I was trying
something
to
that's always comes
find
out to us since school.
Well, and the whole chest high is kind of ridiculous because what's chest high to Chief Burton is completely different than what's chest high to me. Or to Ariana, completely different measurement. Yeah.
Yeah, those calculations were really, I was like,
I had to have a tree taken down last year because it was dead, and it was 72 inches of ground. I mean, so that was like a mile. But 70, I guess I would have said 36 and railed it. I don't know.
Sometimes that's,
Yeah.
And then all the rest of it, you get that. Okay, no, but definitely say yes. I was just curious.
Okay.
Mayor Brulon.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass O-2404 on first reading, with a public hearing to be held on April 17th, 2024. Next, we have consent agenda. Mayor, would you like me to read the resolutions by title?
Yes, please.
R-24-085, authorizing the award of a non-fair and open contract for a grinder replacement at the Shore Sewer Pump Station. R-24-086, authorizing the release of community center rental security deposit. R-24-087, authorizing refund of tax overpayment. R-24-088, authorizing the purchase of a 2024 Ford Super Duty F-450 truck through Sourcewell. R-24-89, authorizing payment of bills. R-24-090, accepting donation by the Highlands Garden Club for the installation of the sprinkler system at the Doughboy Monument.
I have a question about the purchase of the 2024 Ford Super Duty F-450 truck. What is that for exactly? What is it?
You stole my question. There we go. It's actually replacing one of the older pickup trucks that's all rusted out. It's going to be used for plowing and general DPW maintenance. We bonded the money for this last year in the capital ordinance.
Okay, great, thank you. All right.
I will offer the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Councilmember Cervantes.
Yes.
Councilmember Tolet.
Yes,
Council President Olszewski. Mayor Brulon.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt resolutions R-24-085 through R-24-090. Next, we have other business. State cross acceptance.
Hang on, before we get to other business, I have a question for Andy, as this just happened recently. Our tree commissioner has decided to resign. Do we have to appoint someone as an interim tree commissioner? Because then nobody will be looking at the trees of our fair lands.
Ideally, we should have someone appointed. I don't think it's necessarily something that needs to be immediate, so we could take until the next meeting to
Okay.
appoint a formal position by resolution, if that's possible. If there's still no candidates by that point, we should consider doing an interim appointment until someone is finalized.
Okay. I've asked Dawn to reach out to the people on the tree commission first,
Got it?
and then we'll volunteer someone.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, I'm sorry. We can now go to other business.
Well, that could have been other business too. State cross acceptance.
what is that?
That is the letters attached to your packet. It's something out of the Division of Planning, where the State Planning Commission wants to update the State Development and Redevelopment Plan. And as part of the process, we have to, by April 8th, we have to create a committee of 5 or fewer people to assist the municipality through the cross acceptance process. And we have to send those, they do not need to be appointed by a resolution. And we just need to give those names and details over to the state planning forward. Then collects digital zoning and land use maps and GIS and all those things that Kathy Shaw has been working on. All of those need to be given over to the state plan update, as well as also the maps that Colliers did for us, I want to say 2 years ago, for both the storm sewer and the sanitary sewer. So that's something that, I guess, unless I have a volunteer, I'll work on with Mike to get some people together for this, so that we are compliant. So we should have that together before next meeting, even though we don't need to do it at a meeting. Maybe we'll find a tree commission. But,
So these 5 people will,
or less.
or less, okay, will work with all these different,
They'll work with the state to update, to gather all of this information and get it over to the state, so that the state could update their planning.
I'm just wondering if maybe there might be somebody on the environmental commission that might be interested.
Mhm. Absolutely.
I was thinking Joe Dorn might very much like to volunteer to be in that.
He might. Very good. And I'm thinking Mark Sill would be a good fit for this.
That's exactly who I was going to say.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Okay, on to reports. You want to get started? You have? Okay.
All right, school updates. Went to the HES meeting the other night, and some nice reporting out. The HES PTO had breakfast for all staff, a book fair was in place, and the school is planning on an short egg country school hours later on. The Osprey of the Month for each grade were noted and awarded. 2 teachers are winners of the Teacher of the Year. Both were ill, and this will be awarded at the next meeting. The principal's report has cited a very successful Reading Across America activities, including a themed spirit character dress-up for a stop and read event in which students spent half an hour reading the book that they enjoyed. Grades K through 3 celebrated by reading Dr. Seuss with their teachers. Kids brought in books for a big book exchange. $3,600 was raised in some event or another in which a principal got tied.
Yes, that was the Heart Challenge.
Pie in the face?
Yes.
Not only that, he also got silly string. When I think of some of the principals I knew, yes.
You'd love to hit them in the face with
The business administrator's report, new stage curtains were put up and they're really lovely. Windows with internal blinds will be ordered and installed. The boiler issues have been fixed. The HVAC work will be going on over the spring break. The roofing work awaits a state sign-off on grant money that's already obtained, and the work will be done this summer. And successful summer programs will be in effect again this summer. The superintendent was there and spoke to the fact that there is a state regulation in which if you have more than 20 students in a district who speak a different language at home, then the district has to look into bilingual education, which would in effect have 2 class periods a day for these students. It was unclear whether those 20 students have to be within one building. I don't know if that was made clear, but Atlantic Highlands has 17, Henry Hudson has 10, and Highlands has 14 students. Preliminary budgets will be submitted March 20th. They'll be somewhat incomplete as the state still hasn't set up the means to project grants for the new regionalized budgeting software. They are working to achieve virtual integration across the 3 former districts. Teacher unions are working with the superintendent to address different contract aspects such as salary, time, and calendar situations that existed in each building. If not resolved, until such can be resolved, the elementary salary guide and calendar which functions at Atlantic Highlands will apply because they are the larger of the 2 elementaries. Henry Hudson Regional will continue on with what exists until a uniform plan across all 3 facilities becomes one. I was just at the transitional meeting at the high school, and tremendous number of camps, theater, band, STEAM, strength and conditioning, STEM, math, soccer, drama, creative arts, and language arts will be offered this summer. I did ask how they're funded, and in the past they have been funded via grants. Going forward, that may not be so, and if that is the case, then they will attempt to try and budget for it. Henry Hudson Regional PTO hosted their annual gift auction and raised an incredible $32,000. The Highlands Lions Club was there tonight. They had donated $8,000 to use to buy screamers.
Ice cream.
For each school. And that's the name of that song.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a few things. I met with Kathy Shaw, who worked with the building department to implement the community rating system to work on flood mitigation and lowering insurance rates. And she's very impressive. Boy, she knows a lot of stuff. So I'm starting to learn all about this, and I think this is going to be great for Highlands, especially for the people, of course, that live in the flood-prone areas. I live in that area as well, the mayor does too. And once this is put through with this Forerunner program, I think it's going to be a savings for a lot of residents, and that's
And
really...
businesses
Yeah.
in the flood zone.
Yeah, for residents and businesses. Environmental Commission, we were to meet with Mayor Burton, but he couldn't make it at our last meeting. We will, probably in May, he'll be at the May meeting, because I believe next month, it's on the Monday, the second Monday, and that's meet and greet here.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be asking the chief to come to the next meeting. But there's nothing really new to report there. The thing with the lights over on Sandy Hook, if you recall, which is not even part of Highlands, Gateway fully agreed with them and are changing it. And it was one year, and I told them, I said, put Pallone, C.C. Pallone,
Yeah.
Congressman Pallone on it, and it happened like that.
Wow.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Well,
Now-
sometimes all you need to do is speak up.
Exactly. And now they're working on the noise pollution in town, and specifically with cars that have their exhaust systems altered, again, with the summer months, and also the loud motorcycles that come through, to see if we can, or the police department can mitigate that somewhat. That's why we're going to meet with the chief. And that's about it for me. Leo? you have
No, very short report. Parade, rain, rain, rain. That's it.
This Saturday, right, okay.
And the parade is on.
Yeah,
And the parade is on.
rain or shine.
And Highlands is its own ecological system, so you never know. That's good.
Well, you don't know, like, and I was saying before the meeting, low tide rather, is at, right when the parade steps off. So even if it's raining, it's low tide, so drainage should be, not a problem. Anyone have anything else they'd like to add?
You know, the one thing I would add, I'm sorry, is
Mhm.
that last week I had the opportunity to go, the county had a meeting to talk about the 250th anniversary. And it was great. There were like the historians and historical clubs from all over the county, and there was so much energy in that room. And there's a lot of good things that I'll get together and get out there. But one of the things they have that we known earlier about it is they have this big truck that's just an advertising vehicle for 250 with stuff on it that moves and whatever. And it will come to anything we're doing here.
Oh, yeah, we'll need that number to get it down here.
Definitely, yeah, that'll be fun. And there's grant money, I'm gonna dig into that, and just everybody was excited about it.
Very good.
All these towns, that, have.
Well, we have to have Captain Huddy very much
Absolutely.
prominently
And the floor,
involved.
yes.
Yeah, in the celebration, And I'm sure that the HBP could do things also too to promote it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. So red, white, and blue all over the place. That'd be nice.
Okay. I'll open up public portion.
Individuals wishing to address the council shall be recognized by the presiding officer and shall give their name, address, and group, if any, they represent. Although the council encourages public participation and reserves the right, through its presiding officer, to terminate remarks to and/or by any individual not in keeping with the conduct of a proper and efficient meeting. If any individual refuses to conduct themselves in a proper manner, they will be removed from the meeting. The council will not, during the public portion of this meeting, discuss matters involving employment, appointment, termination of employment, negotiations, terms and conditions of employment, evaluation of the performance of, promotion, or discipline of any specific or prospective or current employee. There's a 3-minute time limit for your comments.
Hi. Good evening. Good evening all. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Matt O'Connor, and my address is 1 Scenic Drive, Unit 311 of the East Point condos. I have owned my residence since 2012, and I am representing myself only. As a concerned taxpayer, I am asking for this council's help. The East Point Board of Governors, Corner Property Management, and DMD Care planned and performed plumbing work from March 1st to March 3rd of 2024, and related work continued on the 4th and 5th. Notices announcing the planned plumbing work were delivered on February 23rd with arrangements with local restaurants, and stated in a letter and email provided by Chris Gantz, the property manager from Corner Property. It said, "The Board of Governors, the Highlands Building Department officials, Highlands Fire Department officials, and I," meaning Chris Gantz, "have all worked on this program. There were issues with the work performed, including backups in my laundry room that I am now experiencing since the repairs, and significant. I have videos of them. There was unexplained discolored water that Victor Diaz of DMD Care said he would not touch or drink, but there was no prior warning of such concerns regarding the condition of the water once turned back on. There was also inconsistent information. For example, Victor from DMD stated that they were flushing the system, which was not previously disclosed and does not make sense. Due to my concerns and questions from other owners asking for proof of licenses, plumbing licenses, that remain unanswered by the East Point Board of Governors and Chris Gantz from Corner Property, I did a couple things. I spoke with Alicia Jones of the Building and Zoning Office on the afternoon of March 8th. Alicia informed me while the work required permits, none were filed. I called both the New Jersey Division of Consumer Affairs and the State Board of Examiners of Master Plumbers, and I don't know if there was a licensed plumber on this job. The board will not answer direct questions from other owners, but based on conversations I've had, other people have told me, and again, this is all hearsay, that it's Victor Diaz of DMD Care. There was an email from Lula Loya stating that DMD Care did the work, but when I called both the Division of Consumer Affairs and the State Board of Examiners of Master Plumbers, I was told there were no plumbing licenses for Victor Diaz and no license associated with DMD Care. So as a person that has an undivided interest in the property being worked on, I fear work without permits and licenses, if that did indeed happen. I don't know, I'm asking the question, not making any accusations. But if that did happen, I fear that it could put me in a position exposing me to financial liability and decreased property value. So my statements here are to the best of my knowledge based on information available to me, and I am making them in good faith. Therefore, as a taxpayer, I'm asking for this council's help to investigate the apparent concerns over permits and licenses and take all measures to enforce all penalties for any possible violations that may exist. Thank you very much for your time.
I'm sorry, do you have that written that you could furnish to Mr. Muscello?
What I have written is the notifications that went out on February 23rd. That was sent by regular mail, email, and then this was attached to my door, which I believe was attached to everyone else's door, but I don't know. But in here, you'll see a packet where, I don't know how much of this you need, but there is, along with this email that was sent out, there was an acknowledgement form here where it talks about a proactive plumbing repairs from March 1st and 3rd. And down here, you can see where I'm pointing.
I just think any documentation that you have, if you could give it to Mike, or Mike can make a copy of it.
I have several emails.
Okay, then you could just forward it to Mike, because what Mike's going to do tomorrow is he's going to contact the building department, and we're going to get some inspectors up there and see it, and talk to Chris, because Chris should know a lot better. I've met him on many occasions, that he should not be doing any work without permits. And your money that you pay for your permit pays for your inspection. And it's not, it's like your guarantee that your work is getting, if you choose an unscrupulous contractor, that the inspectors will come and make sure that they're licensed and make sure that the work that they've done is correct.
Great, and Mayor, thank you so much
absolutely.
for understanding that, because I'm certainly not trying to point fingers or place any blame. I understand people are busy and there's a lot of things, so maybe someone just hasn't been able to get back to me. But before coming here, as I mentioned, I went to the building and zoning office. I called Mr. Brunt, the code enforcer. He assured me he was going to pass that information along. And when I went to the office, I left my phone number, email, and my name for them to get back to me, and I haven't heard. There was,
When you say you went to the office, you mean the construction office, or you mean?
building and zoning office when I
Okay.
spoke with Alicia Jones.
Gotcha.
So, and part of the reason why I came here is because there was an open meeting last Wednesday for the East Point HOA, and without warning and without reason, it was a Zoom meeting. I was removed from the meeting. I was not allowed to block. I was blocked to get back in. I was removed, which was truly upsetting as someone who's paid association fees since 2012. We're talking about 12 years now. So I was not allowed to ask these questions. So I in the past, I'm sorry.
No, whoever was running the meeting.
I have screenshots of it. It was the host. I believe
Are
was
there
Chris
other
Gaines.
residents that have had the same problems as you?
Yes, another resident. Yeah, I mean, there are a number of concerns there. I've asked for financial records now. Those have not been provided. There's a number of ongoing issues, but I didn't come here to get into all that.
Right.
I came in here to ask for your help because as a taxpayer, I feel, I'm hoping that this council and the departments here can provide some help here because.
Absolutely. And this is just one more reason that we are so incredibly grateful that we have our building department.
Yeah.
Because having the building department right here is, you're not sending someone over to Middletown and the Lord only knows when they're going to get to it. Our people are our people, we pay them, and they're here.
Great.
Okay?
Thank you so much. So I will send an email with information and attach some emails for you just so you have it. Great. Thank you so much, everyone.
Absolutely.
I appreciate the time to speak.
Thank
And
you.
I appreciate your concern. Thank you.
Gabriella, do you have any questions? No? Ariana? No, she's sleeping? Okay. Okay, then I'll close the public portion.
Executive session. Executive session will be held following the regular council meeting. Prior to each executive session, the Borough Council will convene an open session, at which time a resolution will be adopted in accordance with NJSA 10:4-13. No formal action will be taken during executive session. Resolution to enter executive session. Be it resolved that the following portion of this meeting shall not be open to the public. Be it further resolved that the private consideration is deemed required and is permitted because of the following noted exceptions set forth in the Act. PPA contract. Be it further resolved that it is anticipated that the matters to be considered in private may be disclosed to the public at a later date when the need for privacy no longer exists.
I'll offer that resolution.
I'll second.
Councilmember Cervantes?
Yes.
Councilman Gilat?
Yes.
Council President Chesky? Yes. Mayor Bruin?
Yes.
Motion carries to enter executive session at 7:29. Okay,
I make a motion to adjourn.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned at 7:36.